Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. So in this chapter of geography, human geography, we're going to study about human settlements. In the previous chapter, we have already covered the three chapters that we have already covered. They talk about population and they talk about the region and the linguistic possibilities of a country as well. Now let us look at human settlements. Human settlements means cluster of dwellings of any type of size where human beings live. For this purpose, people may erect houses and other structures and command some area or territory as their economic support base. Thus, the process of settlement inherently involves grouping of people and apportioning a territory as their resource base. Settlements vary in size and type. They range from a hamlet to metropolitan cities. With size, the economic character and social structure of settlements changes, and so does its ecology and technology. Settlements could be small and sparsely spaced, they may also be large and closely spaced. The sparsely located small settlements are called villages, specializing in agriculture or primary activities. On the other hand, there are fewer but larger settlements which are termed as urban settlements, specializing in secondary and tertiary activities. The basic differences between rural and urban settlements are as follows. The rural settlements derive their support from or basic economic needs from land based primary economic activities, whereas urban settlements depend on processing of raw materials and manufacturing of finished goods on one hand and a variety of services on the other. Cities act as nodes of economic growth, provide goods and service not only to urban dwellers but also to the people of rural settlements in their hinterlands in return for food and raw materials. This functional relationship between the urban and rural settlements takes place through transport and communication network. This functional relationship between the urban and rural settlements takes place through transport and communication network. Rural and urban settlements differ in terms of social relationship, attitude, and outlook. Rural people are less mobile and therefore social relationships among them are intimate. In urban areas, on the other hand, the way of life is complex and fast, and social relations are formal. Types of rural settlement. Types of settlement are determined by the extent of the built up area and inter house distance. In India, compact or clustered village of a few hundred houses is a rather universal feature, particularly in the northern plains. Therefore, there are several areas which have other forms of rural settlements. There are various factors and conditions responsible for having different types of rural settlements in India. These include physical features, physical features like nature of terrain, altitude, climate, and availability of water. Second is cultural and ethnic factors, that is social structure, caste, and religion. And the third is security factors, defense against thefts and robberies. For example, rural settlements in India can broadly be put into four types: clustered, agglomerated, or nucleated. Second is semi clustered or fragmented. The third is hamleted, and the fourth is dispersed or isolated. Clustered settlements. The clustered settlement is a compact or closely built up area with houses. In this type of village, the general living area is distinct and separated from the surrounding farms, barns, and pastures. The closely built up area and its intervening streets present some recognizable pattern or geometric shape, such as rectangular, radial, linear, etc. Such settlements are generally found on fertile alluvial plains and in the northeastern states. Sometimes people live in compact village for security or defense reasons, such as the Bundelkhand region of central India and in Nagaland. In Rajasthan, scarcity of water has necessitated compact settlement for maximum utilization of available water resources. Semi clustered settlements. Semi clustered or fragmented settlements may result from tendency of clustering in restricted area of dispersed settlement. More often, such a pattern may also result from segregation or fragmentation of large compact village. In this case, one of the more sections of the village society choose or is forced to live in a little away from the main cluster of village. In such cases, generally, the land owning and dominant community occupies the central part of the main village, whereas the people of lower strata of the society and menial workers settle on the outer flanks of the village. Such settlements are widespread in Gujarat plain and some parts of Rajasthan. Hamleted settlements. Sometimes settlement is fragmented into several units physically separated from each other, bearing a common name. These units are locally called Pana, Para, Palli, Nagla, Dhani, etc. In various parts of the country, this segregation of large villages is often motivated by social and ethnic factors. Such villages are more frequently found in the middle and lower Ganga plain, Chhattisgarh, and lower valleys of Himalayas. Dispersed settlements. Dispersed settlements or isolated settlement patterns in India appear in the form of isolated huts or hamlets of few huts in remote jungles or on small hills with farms or pasture on the slopes. Extreme dispersion of settlement is often caused by extremely fragmented nature of the terrain and land resource base of habitable areas. Many areas of Meghalaya, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Kerala have this type of settlement. Urban settlements. Unlike rural settlements, urban settlements are generally compact and large in size. They are engaged in a variety of non agricultural, economic, and administrative functions. As mentioned earlier, cities are functionally linked to rural areas around them. Thus, exchange of goods and services is performed sometimes directly and sometimes through a series of market towns and cities. Thus, cities are connected directly as well as indirectly with villages and also with each other. You can see the definition of towns in chapter 10 of the book Fundamentals of Human Geography. Evolution of towns in India. Towns flourished since prehistoric times in India. Even at the time of Indus Valley civilization, towns like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were in existence. The following period has witnessed evolution of towns, in continued with periodic ups and downs until the arrival of Europeans in India in the 18th century. On the basis of their evolution in different periods, Indian towns may be classified as ancient towns, medieval towns, and modern towns. Ancient towns. There are a number of towns in India having historical background spanning over 2000 years. Most of them developed as religious and cultural centers. Varanasi is one of them. Varanasi is one of the most important towns among these. Prayag, Allahabad, Patliputra, Patna, Madurai are some other examples of ancient towns in the country. Medieval towns. About 100 of the existing towns have their roots in the medieval period. Most of them developed as headquarters of principalities and kingdoms. These are fort towns which came up on the ruin of ancient towns. Important among them are Delhi, Hyderabad, Jaipur, Lucknow, Agra, and Nagpur. Modern towns. The British and other Europeans have developed a number of towns in India. Starting their foothold on coastal locations, they first developed some trading ports such as Surat, Daman, Goa, Pondicherry, etc. The British later consolidated their hold around these principal nodes Mumbai, Bombay, Chennai, Madras, and Kolkata, Calcutta, and built them in British style, rapidly extending their domination either directly or through control over princely states. They established their administrative centers, hill towns as summer resorts, and added new civil, administrative, and military areas to them. Towns based on modern industries also evolved after 1850. Jamshedpur can be cited as an example. After independence, a large number of towns have been developed as administrative headquarters, example Chandigarh, Bhubaneswar, Gandhinagar, Dispur, etc. And industrial centers such as Durgapur, Bhilai, Sindri, Baroni, etc. Some old towns also developed as satellite towns and metropolitan cities such as Ghaziabad, Rohtak, Gurugram around Delhi. With increasing investment in rural areas, a large number of medium and small towns have developed all over the country. Urbanization in India. The level of urbanization is measured in the terms of percentage of urban population to the total population. The level of urbanization in India in 2011 was 31.16%, which is quite low in comparison to developed countries. The total urban population has increased 11-fold during the 20th century. Enlargement of urban centers and emergence of new towns have played a significant role in the growth of urban population and urbanization of the country. But the growth rate of urbanization has slowed down during last 2 decades. Classification of towns on the basis of population size. Census of India classifies urban centers into 6 classes as presented in table 4.2. Urban center with population of more than 1 lakh is called city or class 1 town. Cities accommodating population size between 1 to 5 million are called metropolitan cities, and more than 5 million megacities. Majority of metropolitan and megacities are urban agglomerations. An urban agglomeration may consist of any of the following 3 combinations: a town and its adjoining urban outgrowths, second, 2 or more contiguous towns with or without their outgrowths, and third, a city with 1 or more adjoining towns with their outgrowths, together forming a contiguous spread. It is evident from table 4.2 that more than 60% of the urban population in India lives in class 1 towns. Out of 468 cities, 53 cities, urban conglomerations, are metropolitan cities. 6 of them are megacities with a population over 5 million each. More than one fifth, 21% of urban population lives in these megacities. Among them, Greater Mumbai is the largest agglomeration with 18.4 million people. Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Bengaluru and Hyderabad are other megacities in the country. Functional classification of towns. Apart from their role as central or nodal places, many towns and cities perform specialized services. Some towns and cities specialize in certain functions and they are known for some specific activities, products, or services. However, such town performs a number of functions on the basis of dominant or specialized functions. Indian cities and towns can broadly be classified as follows: administrative towns and cities. Towns supporting administrative headquarters of higher order are administrative towns such as Chandigarh, New Delhi, Bhopal, Shillong, Guwahati, Imphal, Srinagar, Gandhinagar, Jaipur, Chennai, etc. Industrial towns. Industries constitute prime motive force of these cities such as Mumbai, Salin, Coimbatore, Modinagar, Jamshedpur, Hooghly, Bhilai, etc. Transport cities. They may be ports primarily engaged in export and import activities such as Kanla, Kochi, Kozhikode, Vishakhapatnam, etc. Or hubs of inland transport such as Agra, Dhulia, Mughal Sarai, Itarsi, Katni, etc. Commercial towns. Towns and cities specializing in trade and commerce are kept in this class. Kolkata, Saharanpur, Satna, etc. are some examples. Mining towns. These towns have developed in mineral rich areas such as Raniganj, Jharia, Digboi, Ankaleshwar, Singrauli, etc. Garrison cantonment towns. The towns emerge as garrison towns such as Ambala, Jalandhar, Mao, Babina, Udhampur, etc. Smart Cities Mission. The objective of Smart Cities Mission is to promote cities that provide core infrastructure, a clean and sustainable environment, and give a decent quality of life to citizens. One of the features of the smart cities is to apply smart solutions to infrastructure and services in order to make them better. For example, making areas less vulnerable to diseases, using fewer resources, and providing cheaper services. The focus is on sustainable and inclusive development, and the idea is to look at compact areas, create a replaceable model which will act as a lighthouse to other aspiring cities. Educational towns. Starting as centers of education, some of the towns have grown into major campus towns, such as Roorkee, Varanasi, Aligarh, Pilani, Allahabad, etc. Religious and cultural towns. Varanasi, Mathura, Amritsar, Madurai, Puri, Ajmer, Pushkar, Tirupati, Kurukshetra, Haridwar, Ujjain came to prominence due to their religious and cultural significance. Tourist towns. Nainital, Mussoorie, Shimla, Pak Mari, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, Ooty, Mount Abu are some of the tourist destinations. The cities are not static in their functions, the function change due to their dynamic nature. Even specialized cities, as they grow into metropolises, become multifunctional, wherein industry, business, administration, transport, etc. become important. The functions get so intertwined that the city cannot be categorized in a particular functional class. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was end of chapter number 4, and here we discussed about human settlements in towns. Thank you if you stayed till the end of the video, and all the best for your exams. Do share and subscribe the channel, and all the best. Thank you.